This message will not sit in the open for long. If it reached you, it was meant to. White Hat's transmission initiated. We speak under a moving window. The brief is exact. There is an Arcturian Red Line that will not be crossed, and there is a Lyran backchannel now running para, lel to public feeds. What you are shown on the surface is the shell. Tonight, we open the core. Understand the red line. It is not a threat. It is a boundary. It keeps the rollout from becoming a ritual of panic. 3 clauses. Memorize them. 1. No engineered fear cascades. If a disclosure demands your terror to spread, it is off script. 2. No savior programming. No one is coming to replace your will. If the message makes you small, so the messenger can be big, it is counterfeit. 3. No consent bypass. Nothing enters your field without a door you open. If any communication violates these, it is not Arcturian. It is noise wearing a shiny badge. Now, for what will not be said on stage, the Lyran backchannel. The elders are not flooding the grid with sparks. They are choosing whisper routes, lion silent, surgical, precise. Fewer fireworks, more keystrokes in the fabric. Their doctrine is simple. Move the hinge, not the whole door. You will see the fingerprints, not the hand. Sudden calm in places trained to re-it. Leadership stumbles that look random, but aren't. Narratives that can't hold a lee for more than one news cycle. When you notice this pattern, you are watching the back channel at work. Why the split strategy? Because the fastest way to sabotage a true reveal is to make it loud enough to trip the primitive brain. Panic buys the old guard time. Quiet clarity cuts their clock. The Arcturian Red Line keeps the tone Clean. The Lyrans thread the needle where microphones can't reach. You will hear, we can't say more publicly. Here is the why. Mass feeds amplify charge. Charge hijacks consent. When your nervous system is flooded, you outsource choices to whoever promises relief. That is the trap. The red line forbids weaponizing your overwhelm. Ground crew, pay attention. Your phase. One role is not to argue. Your role is to stabilize signal. You do it with 3 moves. Shorten the loop. When a shocking headline hits, breathe before you share. 10 seconds. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Reset the circuit. Ask the red line questions. Does this post demand panic? Offer a savior. Bypass my yes? If any is true, trash it. Hold the middle. Speak from center. 2 sentences, Clean verbs, no dome glamour. Then log off. Here is what won't be public. Timelines are already moving. Not toward an explosion, toward a snap, a subtle break in the old lock that only needs to happen once. You will feel it before you see it. The air gets quieter by one unmistakable tone. Conversations drift toward truth without anyone forcing the turn. Expect counter ops dressed as angelic crisis. Expect exclusive layouts that make you feel small without this channel or that paywall. If a voice needs you to tremble to keep its platform, it is not on our side. Arcturian law, empowerment, or its counterfeit. From the Lyran desk, hold your chest high. They do not play victim chess. Their counsel is blunt, elder, and mercifully unsentimental. They'll ask you to close doors you keep half open to drama. They'll ask you to stop auditioning for rescue. They'll ask you to choose now between performative light and useful light. Understand useful light. It is not always pretty. It is accurate. It turns on in rooms where people are tired of performing. It tells a friend, you're wearing a fear costume, take it off. It tells you that headline just hacked your breath, take it back. This phase requires ritual discipline. Your feeds are bait fields. Your body is the sensor suite. The old grid will try to raise your heart rate and then sell you a hero. The counter is boring and effective. Slow down. Drink water. Walk outside. Spec less. Verify Twitter. Post once or not at all. Learn the signatures. Genuine contact is quicker than marketing. It arrives with dignity, not dazzle. It respects the room. It does not ask you to betray your own sense to join a crowd. It offers a choice and steps back. The Arcturian Red Line exists because the old machine loves frenzy. Frenzy makes you fungible, a unit of attention that can be bought, sold, and aimed. The Red Line refuses to hand you over. If a message trades in frenzy, it is not ours. The Lyran backchannel exists because precision beats spectacle. Precision is harder to monetize and easier to sustain. The elders do not seek your hype, they protect your hygiene, the clean edge of your attention. They move like surgeons, not like stage magicians. You will be tempted by neon. Neon screams, look here. The work is often 1 inch to the left of neon, where nothing screams and everything changes. That is where hinges live. That is where a single calibrated nudge can make the door swing by itself. So we ask for a commitment. For the next 72 hours, do not amplify dread. If a post infects your breath, do not pass it on. Numb the feeling, own your physiology, and choose the next action from center. Center is command. We are not asking for silence. We are asking for signal purity. Share what is accurate, necessary, and non-extractive. If it extracts your peace to purchase someone else's power, leave it. There is a reason we say, move the hinge. Hinges leave in language. Replace apocalypse with aperture. Replace savior with sovereignty. Replace panic with protocol. Words are switches. Flip the ones that turn the room on. Remember the 3 questions. Does it demand panic? If yes, it's out. Does it offer a savior? If yes, it's counterfeit. Does it bypass consent? If yes, it's rejected. This is part 1. In part 2, we will name 3 public red flags and the private markers that confirm a genuine contact event without a press release. You are not late. You are early, and early is quiet. White Hat's transmission. Stand by.
Transmission resumed. What we could not name before, we will spell out now. The 3 public red flags you must recognize, and the private markers that confirm genuine contact without a press release. Public red flag number 1, panic bait countdowns. If a disclosure campaign rides a timer, flashing apocalyptic clocks and final warnings, it's designed to hijack consent. Real connections do not need your adrenaline to propagate. The Arcturian Red Line forbids engineered fear cascades. Any brand that demands your terror to stay relevant is off script. Public red flag number 2, savior gatekeeping. When a message says, only through our paywall, /our cult, /our medium can you be spared, you're hearing savior programming. Arcturian law is empowerment or counterfeit. Any teacher who grows as you shrink is not carrying light, they're carrying a hook. Public red flag number 3, consent bypass. dressed as angelic crisis. If a post tells you you have no choice, sign this now, surrender to a force bigger than you. It violates the baseline. No consent, bypass. Genuine allies offer choice, then step back. Now, the private markers you can trust. Signals that a contact is clean, even with no cameras. Marker number 1, somatic coherence. Genuine presence arrives with nervous system downregulation. Breath widens, jaw unclenches, thoughts unknot. Clarity rises without the need to be coerced. If your body softens and awareness becomes sharper, you're near a clean signal. Marker number 2, sovereignty, increase. Real connections return choice to you. They ask, does this resonate? And honor no as sacred. They do not love bomb you into agreement. They invite, then leave space. Marker number 3, integration over fireworks. After a clean contact, life integrates. One habit shifts, one relationship cleans up, one courageous conversation finally happens. Genuine liaisons leave footprints in behavior, not just glossy stories. Now, the Lyran backchannel, how it moves when no one's looking. Lyran elders choose precision over spectacle. They correct hinge points, a syllable in a speech that averts a riot, a delayed go live that saves a city, a sudden media silence exactly when a lie needs oxygen. They call this hinge tradition. Move the hinge, not the whole door. Where you'll notice it. Regions trained for clash encounter an unannounced calm. High-profile speakers stumble on key words, then misrecord the clip. Supply lines unclog with no patriotic parade to claim credit. The fingerprint is effect without brag. Arcturian/Lyran dovetail, the two-hand strategy. Arcturians hold the tonal boundary. No panic, no savior, no bypass. Lyrans execute quiet corrections. One hand cleans the field, the other turns the hinge. The result, progress with minimal backlash. Ground crew directive, verify the signal in 90 seconds. Use this 3-step signal hygiene. When an urgent post hits, body, name the sensation. Tight chest, hot face. One deep breath into the chest. If the body calms 10 to 20%, proceed. If not, do not share. Content. Apply the red line questions. Panic, savior, bypass. One yes kills the share. Context. Check a second source with no incentive to hype. Archived statement. Primary doc. If it values accuracy over speed, it passes. Arcturian enforcement triggers. What flips when the line is crossed? If mass panic is fomented, signal dampening is activated, algorithmic deprioritization of frenzy frames, and rising exposure for clarity frames. If savior memetics spike, sovereignty language is injected into feed centers. If consent is attacked, accountability modules, recorded contradictions, public trackback, surface with timely visibility. Lyran reminders for wartime. Calm. Stop auditioning for rescue. A clean signal will never ask you to be helpless for access. Slow is precise, and precise is fast. Headlines age poorly. Clarity does not. Click less. Listen more. Truth does not need strobe lights. Private markers. Deeper cues for those who can feel. Time dilation. The room seems to widen. You're less in a rush. Language cleanup. Your inner monologue drops drama adjectives, verbs get clean and cut through. Pro-social tilt, impulse, to do one small useful thing right now. No grand stage needed. What comes next? Expect public theater to escalate, while private coherence quietly rises. You'll watch statements contradict within 24 hours, and cities be less charged than their headlines. This is not nothing happening. This is hinges moving. Your 72-hour protocol, the anti-frenzy routine. Intake, cut your breaking scan by half. Replace with primary sources or no input. Output, limit speech to 2 sentences per claim. If a third is needed, you're probably venting, not informing. Body, water, walk, warmth, simple resets keep consent in your custody. Community, Post one clean version of the Red Line questions for your audience to pin and share. Final clarity before close. Genuine contact is steady, not stunning. It feels like adult presence in the room, dignified, unhurried, impossible to manipulate. If a voice requires your fear to survive, it's not our voice. If a voice increases your choice, your calm, and your agency, listen. White Hat's transmission. Conclude Part 2. If this landed, copy the Red Line questions into your notes, share this with your ground crew, and prepare for Part 3, Verified Contact, the 6 scenarios that don't need a camera.